Let's kick off with some big company news today. Safaricom coming out with their earnings and or the CCK rather coming out with their latest industry data and pointing to the fact that Safaricom's market share when it comes to the voice market dropping to 76.7% in the latest period, and that from over 88.3%. So just looking at that and relative to the likes of Airtel where market share has in fact increased. So what did that signal to you about competition right now?
Looks like competition for Safaricom is really on the rise. But then again, Safaricom is a darling of investors. They've managed to diversify themselves out such that voice is no longer the core business unit. We are having M-Pesa coming in. We are having the recently launched M-Shwari growing in leaps and bounds. So really, for Safaricom, I still think if you look at data, they already have a foothold there. Safaricom is still as aggressive as ever. It's what I'd call a nimble giant in my dictionary. So for an investor, it should not worry you so much. I mean, we already for Safaricom, it's well diversified.
Just looking at overall subscribers on rival networks, so also talking less, so also an indication of people perhaps spending slightly less money overall on calls. What do you make of that fact, and also the amount of kind of disposable income or amount of money that people are then putting towards data as that comes with the rise in Kenya?
I think maybe as Awag would say, I think people have less stories to tell. But on a more serious note, if you look at the indicators, money growth not so much. If you look at the amount of competition that has come in, we are seeing all the other networks have started their own mobile money transfer platform. So that could be an indication that competition is actually eating it. But again, back to my earlier point, we still have data and we still have the M-Shwari. So it's a matter of other companies, of other mobile service providers playing catch up.
Let's just go to another development, is the launch of the SME trading platform today. Talk to us about the likelihood of success of this. Are they making it attractive for smaller businesses to list on that exchange?
I did not get you.
Just looking at the SME trading platform, so the Nairobi Securities Exchange launching a platform for small and medium-sized businesses to launch. What is the market reaction to this? Does it make sense to put that minimum capital in at 10 million shillings?
Yeah, it actually makes sense. But then again, the key here is regulation. If they're able to get the regulation right, then I don't see any reason why not. Because for the SMEs, it provides them with a huge pool of where to source for capital. Remember, the SMEs in Kenya, they are the main drivers of the economy. They are the main employers, and so for them, then also at some point they'll have to move on to the other level. Where do they get the capital? If you put in too stringent regulations for them on the market, then of course it becomes a problem. Yeah. So for me, if Dennis is able to get its regulation right, then there's no problem at all.
When it comes to one of the worrying developments right now regarding Kenya Airways, it's the issues around the safety of the new Boeing Dreamliner, and now Kenya Airways looking for compensation with regard to that. Is this going to be a big hit to their plans going forward, because they were buying the Dreamliners to expand their network? What's the talk on the ground right now around those developments?
I've seen the market performance after the news came down, and I can say that it dipped. Whether it dipped because of that news, I am not aware. But of course, it doesn't make such good reading for the investor. I mean, we have the strike, then we have. We had the labor dispute, then we have the Dreamliner story. Really, they're making good news for any investor willing to come in. Yeah.
Of course, as I said, Kenya Airways is trying to seek compensation for this right now. That, of course, would be an indication that they would be perhaps hit by that on the bottom line, and as a result of the delay in their plans. But Crispus, talk to us about a stock that you're bullish on right now. I mean, where do you see an opportunity in the market when it comes to an attractive entry point on the equity front?
I'm still looking at the banking sector. I'm bullish on Diamond Trust Bank and NIC. Remember, again, we have companies releasing the end of year results anytime from now. So really, I'm still bullish on those ones. Although the market in general, we have the overall we have the elections coming up. So I'd still be a bit a bit pessimistic. I'd not be overly bullish on them, but of course the finance sector always a darling.